Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy CAMAKAT Reacts, and somebody demon got stolen from a dealership in Texas. And they said the dealership was involved, so I don't know. They say Dodge involved in demon theft. So we gonna react to it
It
and see
has
what they
become
talking
worse
about.
and worse to the point now where it's not really a case of if your car will get stolen, almost when will your car get stolen. If you don't
Facts, when
keep
you got
a
a Hellcat.
constant eye on it.
I'm a little under the weather too, y'all, so I'm type sick, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, bro, man, take your car to the dealership and it get stolen. Like that's the same place Vontae car got stolen at the dealership. So in 2022, your car not even safe at the dealership no more. It's crazy, all these security and all this, but your car gets stolen at the dealership is bizarre.
In a garage, sometimes even in garages they're being stolen. I have talked about this at length. I have heard people tell me that it goes unsaid, right? If you take your car in for service, the dealership now has the responsibility of protecting your car. And when it comes to a demon that is irreplaceable, you think they would do some extra things to protect that particular car. I mean, you just don't see them
I used to drop my,
day.
bro, I used to drop my
They're
car
very
off, bro. I used to drop my car off at the dealership and leave it like all day, bro. I'm finna start sitting in there with my car, bro. Cause I mean, imagine a Dodge Demon getting stolen from a dealership. This ain't no Hellcat. This is a Demon, bro. It's only 3,300 made, and it's even more limited now. Cause you know people stealing them. They done wreck some, so it ain't that many no more. It's probably like 3,000 now, and like this car gonna be worth a lot of money when in like 10 more years. You feel me? And it gets stolen at the dealership. It's crazy.
Few and far between. They only made them one
That's just
model
crazy
here, so
to
it's
me,
not
bro.
like you can order another one. So you would
You
think
can't just go and
dealerships
buy
would do
another
a lot
Demon
to protect a car like that when it goes in for service. But come to find out, lots of weird things happen with this dealership in Texas. Now, I don't typically do a lot of videos like so my good buddy Daniel had 2018 Demon, had a
Bro, that jump hard too, Dang. I ain't gonna lie.
special trailer built for the car.
Crazy.
I mean, good drag racer, great guy. Had an issue with his radio. Took it into a separate dealership, and when he got the car back, he noticed that the Hellcat spec had been loaded back in on his radio. So when it came up, he saw the Hellcat come up there, and of course, this is a Demon. It shouldn't do that, right? So he tried to get an appointment at a different
Why was it
dealership.
even doing it, though? They must have already been
and
messing
then
with
wanted
it.
to go in and go to his local dealership that was closer to him, which happened to be Platinum Dodge in Terrell, Texas. That's the dealership we're talking about.
Okay, Platinum Dodge in Texas. Do not go to it, y'all. Especially if you got a Dodge. Like, do not go to these junks. Well, I said especially if you got a Dodge. Like, you gonna have a Dodge, you going to the Dodge dealership. Don't go to Platinum in Texas, bro.
Here
That's crazy.
right now. So he took his car in, had it there for basically a month. Had an event
For a
coming
radio
up,
problem?
let them know he had an event coming up. I guess they didn't really do anything to the car that they had told him. He went and picked his car up and then went to the event, ended up taking his car back to the dealership so they could do what they said they were going to do. Had his car up there for like a month and a half, had another event coming up, and then, of course, went to pick up the car yet again. And then when he picked up the car yet again, it felt like the car was down on power. There were definitely some other things going on with the car that did not feel right at all. So after all that time, his car still had not been sorted by the dealership. There was definitely something off. He took it to this event.
It seemed like they was getting it ready to be stolen.
Got another appointment and took it back up there to Platinum Dodge in Terrell, Texas. And that's when things really got interesting. So on November 8th, obviously that is just, a couple of weeks ago, he was called by the dealership and notified that his car had been stolen right off the lot of this dealership. It wasn't parked inside somewhere where it was being kept safe. It was out in this lot. Now,
why do you get a Dodge Demon?
Kind of a protection.
Why do you get a Dodge Demon outside in the lot, bro? That should be the car that's in the garage, like with the maximum security around it. Like, idiots working at the dealerships these days. You had a Dodge Demon, bro. That should be a top priority at Dodge. Like, why is that car not in the garage somewhere with maximum security? We're talking about a collectible car. Dodge, you gotta do better. Like, anybody who got a Dodge Demon, they should automatically be top of the line customers, bro. Like, am I missing something? Like, how is that car like? That's the best Dodge you can. That's the Dodge heaven. So Dodge, why y'all don't treat them like it? Those are your best customers, bro. They bought the highest car y'all ever made besides the Viper, bro. Like,
gate around it, as most lots do. And that's where things really kind of get a little bit weird. So they not only took his Demon, apparently they also took a TRX and a Trackhawk. So 3 different vehicles all stolen at the same time at, what, 3:20 in the afternoon in broad daylight on a Sunday. So he was notified a couple of days later. But when he actually went up to the dealership to look at the footage, he mentioned to me,
bro, my car gets stolen, they notified me a couple days later. I would, bro. Why am I not notified like the moment it happens? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, what you mean notified a couple days later? And my car got stolen 3 days ago. This is the same thing they did with Vontae. Why do dealers wait 2-3 days till your car's stolen? Like, bro.
At length that it looked like the footage had been edited and a lot had been cut out of it. For example,
yeah, it sounds like an inside job, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Why they always let you know a couple days later your car got stolen? Why not let me know the instant it got stolen?
The gates,
or at least an hour later or something,
did not show them cutting the lock at all. Somehow that was missing, which seems a little bit weird. So was the lock purposely left off, and then there was no lock left behind for anybody to find either? So one is left to believe that the camera all of a sudden malfunctioned, that was pointing right at the gate where they would have to cut the lock. Not only did they cut the lock open, because obviously all these cars were behind, you know, a gated area, but then they took it with them. And all of that seems a little bit weird, and that's only the beginning of it. Now, apparently, this dealership also employs security, like a security person that works there basically full-time. Mind you, this did happen in the middle of the day. This theft took 20 minutes, so to speak, out in broad daylight on a Sunday where you've got tons of people around. Really a weird deal altogether that happened, how they knew all 3 cars were there, a Demon, a TRX, and a Trackhawk, all there together. Now, the video footage did show them getting in the gate and then going directly to his car. They weren't looking around to see what was in there. They knew exactly where his car was. It took them basically no time at all to find the car, and his VIN was completely covered up for anti-theft purposes. So he already had the VIN covered, but they somehow knew how to get in the car, how to get it started right away, and all of that good stuff. It's just a lot of red flags so far, and it just is a really weird thing. Not everything is adding up. Where was the security? If this was supposed to be a secure area patrolled by somebody who's paid to watch these vehicles, where were they? Well, this theft just so happened to occur in the 2-hour window between when the security guards change shifts. So, you know, you would think they would do the shift change in the middle of the day where it's least likely to be stolen. Well, that just so happens to be exactly when these thieves knew to show up, knew how to get in the gate, knew exactly where the car was. Man, there's a lot of things that seem just a little bit odd to me.
So you telling me the camera footage had been altered and edited to where they couldn't see if they had to take the lock off. They didn't find no lock after they looked. Apparently, they took the lock with them. So they took the lock with them. For all we know, the lock could have been left off. It don't show them trying to break in the gate. It just shows them going through the gate. Then when they get in the gate, they went directly to the Demon. And they started it up, even though the VIN number is covered. Now, when you cover the Demon VIN number and all that, y'all, that's basically to stop the to make it way harder for you to steal it. Because if I ain't mistaken, I think the system needs the VIN number to program the car key and all that. It just makes it way easier to have the VIN number. But they didn't even need the VIN number, allegedly. And he's saying they still get it quick. So why this don't even add up, bro? It seemed like the dealership was in on this. And the camera footage ain't even showing. And then they notified them days later after his car had got stolen. And the thieves stole it the exact same time the security had just got off to switch. And so all that it just they hung. They just that lucky to everything just lined up. Nah, but it's like a heist, bro. They had been set these up for a minute. This like GTA heist with Lester. They must have Lester because ain't no way this junk it's just marvelous how easy it was to steal this stuff. Everything was just lined up. The security left. The gate was apparently just open. The camera malfunctioned and it didn't record them breaking in the gate and all this type of stuff. Like, come on, bro. Who are they, Lester at this point? Like, come on, bro.
And not only that, once they gained access to the Demon, they somehow knew exactly how to drive that Demon directly over to the TRX, get in the TRX, which happened to be cut out of the video footage.
You see what I'm saying? The camera just keep malfunctioning, huh? Come on, bro. It's an inside job, bro.
Somehow, they were looking around the TRX. The next little clip they show, They're actually in the TRX with the back window open, yet no glass was on the ground. So another really weird thing there. Another couple of odd things.
At this point, Lester stole the car.
These cars are pretty easy to track with Uconnect.
At this point, Lester stole the car.
One of the very first things that the dealership would have done was try to see if they could track the vehicle through Uconnect. Certainly the TRX, they could have done that. That was the dealership-owned vehicle. And they didn't make any attempt to track the TRX for over 2 weeks through Uconnect. So that should have been really kind of step one. That is a bit weird. And get this, come to find out.
You telling me all this stuff just added up. The camera kept malfunctioning. Apparently the lock wasn't found.
A Hellcat
they knew how to start the car
was stolen from the same dealership directly off the showroom floor. And not long after that, actually right after that, one of the employees that worked there simply vanished, never came back to work, never reported back. So there are a lot of little bitty weird things that are going on here, but most of what I see points
that employee acting totally different. He done got that. Allegedly he stole that Durango, and he ain't had to come back to work. He made a 10, 20 off of that. You know what I'm saying?
For this being something that happened internally. Now, does that mean there's somebody inside the dealership that called other people that used to work there?
Had to be, bro.
All of that is really kind of hard to say. But what I do know is an investigator from the police department out there has been assigned to the case. They are looking into a lot of this kind of stuff.
It's no way all that stuff is adding up. So you telling me the security had just get off. They stole it 20 minutes. Nobody seen them. They knew where the demon was at. They got the demon without the VIN number. Started right up. They drove it around right to the other cars. No glass was left nowhere. The camera kept malfunctioning. And you stop it, bro. That dealership would have to pay me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you can't even trust dealerships these days, shit. So if y'all got y'all a Hellcat, bro, at this point you better learn how to change your own oil and all that. If y'all know how to do all that, let me know, because I don't even want to take my car to the dealership no more, bro. That's crazy. You can't even trust the dealership. We got to learn how to change our own oil, chat. Well, I got to learn. Y'all probably know, but that's bizarre, bro. That's crazy. Inside job for sure. What y'all think in the comment section?